Welcome everybody to the swim meet tonight between the Portage Central Mustangs and the Battle Creek Lakeview Spartans. Up first is the 200 medley relay. In lane 1 we have Central B, Lakeview A in lane 4, Central A next to them in lane 5, Lakeview B in lane 6, and Central C in lane 7. They're off for the backstroke. Central A looking to have a tiny lead going into the flip turn. With Lakeview A right behind. Central B and Lakeview B coming up right next to them. So at the first 50, Central A has the lead with Lakeview A right behind, Central B in third, Lakeview B in fourth, and Central C in fifth. 0.2 of a second separated the front runners at the end of the backstroke. Central A pulls a gap through the breaststroke. Lakeview B and A neck and neck. Central B in fourth. We have Lakeview A ahead of Lakeview B. Central A extending the lead to over half a length through the butterfly. Lakeview A in second, Central B overtaking Lakeview B. So they're into the freestyle. Central A gonna cruise home for a nice win. Lakeview A in second. Central B coming in for third, with Lakeview B in fourth, and Central C coming in fifth. So for the 200-yard freestyle, In lane 1 for Portage Central, Ryan Overhuel, Miles Tekmusic. In lane 2 for Battle Creek Lakeview, Matthew Penner for Central in lane 3. In lane 4, Josh Neal for Battle Creek Lakeview, Ben Allen. In lane 5 for Portage Central, Christian Hancock for Lakeview in lane 6, and Wesley Cope in lane 7 for Portage Central. Fairly tight across the board in the center of the pool at the flip turn. And we have Christian Hancock in first, Ben Allen in second, Matthew Penner third, Miles fourth, Josh Neal fifth, Wesley Cope in sixth, and Ryan in seventh at the first 50. Very tight as we come to the 100 between Ben Allen and Christian Hancock, with Matthew Penner and Josh Neal tight for third and fourth. So after the 100, Christian Hancock just slightly, about a tenth of a second ahead of Ben Allen. Still neck and neck as we come to the 150. Here we go for the final lap. Ben Allen, 0.3 of a second ahead of Christian Hancock in second. Matthew Penner takes third over Miles and Josh Allen in fourth and fifth. Ben Allen gets to the flip turn first. It's a sprint to the end here. Ben Allen comes home to take first. Christian Hancock about half a second behind him in second. Matthew Penner takes home third. Miles in fourth. Josh in fifth. Wesley Cope coming in to take sixth. And Ryan Overhuel in seventh. We have the 200-yard individual medley. William Wu for Portage Central in lane 1. Lavelle Marshall in lane 2 for Battle Creek Lakeview. Jihan Davis in lane 3 for Central. Brandon Mettenzer for Lakeview. Hugo Hernandez for Central in lane 5. Everett Yoder in lane 6 for Lakeview. Ryan Green in lane 7 for Central. Ito for Battle Creek Lakeview in lane 8. Quick turns across the board for the butterfly. Hugo taking an early lead for Central. Looks like Jihan Davis in second. Yes. Brandon in third. Ryan Green fourth. Lavelle fifth. Williams 6th, Everett 7th, Ito 8th. Hugo keeping his gap through the backstroke so far, with Brandon passing Jihan Davis. It's like Everett Yoder, not Everett, Ryan Green also overtaking Jihan. So we have Hugo in first, Brandon second, Ryan third, Jihan fourth, William fifth, Lavelle sixth, Everett seventh, Ito eighth. Comes Brandon closing a gap through the breaststroke, so he goes off the wall quick. Good pull out for Hugo. Ryan Green in third, Jihan Davis in fourth. Hugo holding his gap into the freestyle, still in first, Brandon in second. 3 seconds behind him as we enter the freestyle, Ryan Green third. Lavelle in 4th, Chihan in 5th, Everett 6th, William 7th, Ito in 8th. We come. Hugo making the win look easy, holding his nice gap. Hugo takes first place, Brandon takes second. Sheehan making a fight back, but Ryan Green rounds out the podium with Sheehan Davis in 4th. Lavelle Marshall 5th, Everett Yoder 6th, William Wu coming in 7th, and Ito in 8th. Yeah, 50-yard freestyle. Heat 1, Joe Rowley for Portage Central in lane 2, Robert Tate lane 3 for Central, Taryn Hurt for Lakeview in lane 4, Brody Idalski in 5, Tucker Tiernowski in lane 6, both of them for Central. Full start in lane 3 and 4. There we go, top 3. Pulling away, close across the top 3, but looks like Brody Idalski pulling away with Robert Tate seeming to have a few tiny bit ahead of Trenton. Trenton takes it by half a second. Tucker takes 4th, Joe Rowley takes 5th. Heat 2, Drew Chenery in lane 1 for Central, Ezra McCarty in lane 2 for Lakeview, Rodrigo Peralez for Central in lane 3, Jack Darlin for Lakeview in lane 4, Evan Cordini in lane 5 for Central, Easton Kaline for Lakeview in lane 6, Justin Chen in lane 7 for Central, Henry Hartese for Lakeview in lane 8. Once again, top 3, tight across the flip turn. Looks to be Rodrigo pulling a slight lead. So Rodrigo takes first, Jack Darlin second, Evan Cordini third, Justin Chen fourth, Easton fifth, Drew sixth, Ezra seventh, Henry eighth. Rodrigo winning that with a 22.69. We're going to have a short break as we move over to diving. I'm going to try and get some technical Wi-Fi stuff figured out on my end to hopefully have a better stream for diving. Be back in a few. And we're back. We have Connor Leonardson starting off tonight doing a 101C forward dive tuck, degree of difficulty 1.1. Looks to be having a little difficulty on the scoring tech side of it. Judges scores 2, 2, and 1. We have Jacob Fries doing a 103B forward 1.5 somersault pike, degree of difficulty 1.7. Judges scores 4, 4.5, 4.5. We have Peyton Elder for Battle Creek Lakeview doing a 103B forward 1.5 somersault pike, degree of difficulty 1.7. Judges scores 7s across the board, giving them 35.7 points for the round. We have Von Dawson doing a 103B forward 1.5 somersault pike, degree of difficulty 1.7. Judges scores 7s across the board, 35.7. It's going to be a battle between him and Peyton Elder for the win. Connor Leonardson starting off round 2 with a 102C forward 1.5 somersault tuck, degree of difficulty 1.4. Judges scores 3, 3.5, 2.5. 12.6 points for that, bringing him to 18.6 in total. Jacob Fries now with a 104B forward 2 somersault pike, degree of difficulty 2.3. Six, 6.5, 5.5, 41.4 points for that, and 63.5 overall. Peyton Elder doing a 305C reverse 2.5 somersault tuck, degree of difficulty 3. Judges scores 6, 5, 5, 48 points for that dive, 83.7 overall. Von Dawson up, finishing off round 2 with a 105C forward 2.5 somersault tuck, degree of difficulty 2.4. 7.5, 6.5, 50.4 points, 86.1 overall, putting him into the lead. Connor Leonardson with a 5-1-2-1D forward 1 somersault, half twist, and the free position. Degree of difficulty 1.7. And judges' scores for the first dive of round 3 are 3, 4, 4.5, 19.55 points overall. For that dive, excuse me. 36 overall. Jacob Fries with a 105C forward 2.5 somersault tuck, degree of difficulty 2.4. Judges scores 4, 4, 4.5. 30 points for that dive. 93.5 overall. Peyton Elder doing a 105B forward 2.5 somersault pike. Degree of difficulty 2.6. Seven and a half, 55.9 points for that dive, 139.6 overall. Vaughn coming in for the end of round 3 with a 303C reverse 1.5 somersault tuck, degree of difficulty 2.1. Six and a half, 5.5. 37.8 points for that dive. 23.9 overall. 13 points behind Peyton. Connor Leonardson starting off round 4 with a 301C reverse dive tuck. Degree of difficulty 1.6. Judges scores 4, 3.5, 3.5. 17.6 points for that dive. 55.7 overall. Jacob Fries up now with a 403C inward 1.5 somersault tuck. Degree of difficulty 2.2. Six points across the board. 39.6 for that dive. 133.10 overall. Peyton comes in for his 4th dive with a 5-1-3-4D forward 1.5 somersault 2 twist free. Degree of difficulty 2.6. Five and a half, 6, 44.2 points for that. 183.8 overall. Vaughn finishing out round 4 with a 203C back 1.5 somersault tuck. Degree of difficulty 2. Seems to be some confusion over the dive. Seems that everything's good, though. Seven, 6, 6, 38 points even for that. 161.9 points overall. Connor Leonardson for round 5, doing a 401C inward dive tuck. Degree of difficulty 1.4. Judges scores 4 across the board, 16.8 points for Connor starting off round 4, 72.55 overall. Jacob Fries with his 5th dive, a 203C back 1.5 somersault tuck, degree of difficulty 2. Judges scores for Jacob 7.5, 6.5, 6.5, 41 points in for that dive, 174.1 overall. Peyton doing his 5th dive, a 403B inward 1.5 somersault pike, degree of difficulty 2.4. Judges scores 7.5 across the board, 54 points for that dive, 237.8 in total for Peyton. Von Dawson finishing off the round with a 403B inward 1.5 somersault pike, degree of difficulty 2.4. 6.5, 6.5, 7, 48 points for that dive, 209 overall. Connor Leonardson doing his last dive of the night, a 201A back dive straight, degree of difficulty 1.7. Four, 3.5, 3.5, 18.7 points for that dive, 91.25 overall. Jacob Fries with his last dive of the night, a 5-1-2-4D forward 1.5 somersault, 2 twist in the free position, degree of difficulty 2.3. 4.5, 5. A 33.35 points for that, 207 overall. Peyton Elder comes in for his last dive of the night, a 5-2-2-5D back 1 somersault, 2.5 twist in the free position, degree of difficulty 2.7. 6.5, 6.5, 6, 51.3 points overall. Peyton Elder with a final score of 289.1. Vaughn finishing off the night diving with a 404C. Inward 2 somersault tuck, degree of difficulty 2.8. Five, 6.5, 6, 49 points for Vaughn, finishing off tonight in second with 258.9, with Peyton taking the win tonight. We'll be back in just a few minutes for the conclusion of tonight's meet with swimming. And we are back for the 100-yard butterfly. Drew Chenery for Central in lane 1, Everett Yoder for Lakeview lane 2, Chihan Davis in lane 3 for Central, Major Bachman in lane 4 for Lakeview, Hugo Hernandez in lane 5 for Central, Josh Neal in lane 6, Elijah Meldrum for Central, lane 7, Ito in lane 8 for Lakeview. Hugo looks to take the early lead at the turn. Neck and neck between Hugo and Major. Hugo takes the lead by just under a second. Elijah third, Josh fourth, Chihan fifth, Everett sixth. Hugo holding a tight lead at the turn. Elijah looks to be holding on to third in... Look neck and neck. Hugo takes the win. Major comes in second. Chihan Davis in third. Elijah fourth. Josh fifth. Everett sixth. And Ito in seventh. We have Heat 1 of the boys' 100-yard freestyle. Tucker Trinatsky in lane 3, Ryan Overhule in lane 4, Joe Rowley in lane 5. Ryan taking an early lead with Tucker and Joe neck and neck. Ryan doing his first 50 in 31.43. Tucker in second, Joe Rowley in third, separated by 0.02 of a second between the two swimmers. Ryan on his final 25. Gonna come home with a nice and easy heat win. Tucker and Joe still neck and neck. And to the line between Joe and Tucker. Tucker takes second, Joe takes third. Less than half a second between the two swimmers. Got Heat 2. For Heat 2, we have Ezra McCarthy in lane 2 for Lakeview. Boston Orlowski in 3 for Central. Easton Kaline in lane 4 for Lakeview. Rodrigo Perez in lane 5 for Central. Jonah Bills in lane 6 for Lakeview. Adam Sagan in lane 7. Rodrigo pulling away with an early lead. Easton and Boston tight behind him, as well as Adam neck and neck for second place. Rodrigo a nice easy first, Boston in second, Eaton in third, Adam fourth, Jonah fifth, Ezra sixth. Rodrigo has a lead by about 3 seconds, but the next three swimmers are all within a second of each other. Rodrigo coming in for an easy win with a time of 49.48. The next three come in. Boston second, Easton rounding off the podium, Adam Sagan in fourth. Between Boston and Adam is less than half a second. Jonah Bills comes in fifth, Ezra McCarthy in sixth. Heat 3. For Heat 3, we have Brody Idalski in lane 2, Matthew Penner for Central lane 3, Christian Hancock in lane 4 for Lakeview, Ben Allen in lane 5 for Central, Miles in lane 6 for Lakeview, Wesley Cope in lane 7 for Central, and Matthew Shennery as well for Central in lane 8. Oh, this is the 500. So at the first 50 of the 500, Christian Hancock takes an early lead. Matthew Penner second, Ben Allen third, Miles in fourth, Wesley fifth, Matthew Shennery in sixth, Brody Adalski in second. First four swimmers separated by less than a second at the first 50. Ben Allen and Christian coming in neck and neck, with Ben Allen taking the lead by about 0.6 of a second. Matthew Penner right behind him, and Miles coming in just over a second behind Matthew. Wesley in fifth, Matthew Shennery sixth, Brody Adalski in seventh. Ben Allen pulling a little bit of a gap, not a huge one, but about half a stroke or so ahead of Christian, I mean. Just over a second separating the two swimmers, with Matthew Penner in third, Miles still in fourth. Ben pulling about a body's length of a gap over Christian, eking that lead out to 1.5 seconds. Matthew Penner pulling about a 2-second gap over Miles. Ben Allen continuing to pull a gap as he is is about 3 seconds now ahead of Christian Hancock. Matthew Penner in third, and Miles in fourth. 3 seconds separating third and fourth right now. Ben's pace keeping his 50s at about a 30-second pace, pulling almost a 4-second gap to Christian. Matthew Penner extending his lead in third, 3.5 seconds over Miles in fourth. Ben still staying at about a 30-second pace, doing a 30.21. Christian in second did a 31.47 that lap. Ben pulling out 5 seconds ahead of Christian at the line. Matthew Penner in third and Miles in fourth. About 6 seconds separate those two swimmers. Ben Allen with a 30.47. Christian coming in with a 31.55. 6 seconds now separating first and second as Ben Allen continues to pull a gap, looking very steady in his pace. Ben Allen onto his final lap now, using the last of his energy. Christian Hancock as well. Matthew Penner now onto his last 50. And Ben Allen coming in with a 4-minute, 47.22 second 500. Made that look easy. Christian Hancock with a 5:07 flat to come home in second place. Matthew Penner bringing it home in third to round out the podium with a 5:21.18. Miles in fourth with a 5:33.62. Wesley Cope in lane 7, bringing it home in fifth with a 5:52.63. Brody Idalski taking sixth home with a 6:12.08, and Matthew Chenery with a 6:16.13. Next up, we have the 2 free relay in lane 2, Central D team, lane 3, Central B team, lane 4, Lakeview A, lane 5, Central A, lane 6, Lakeview B, and lane 7, Central C. Four in the middle, very, very tight. Looks like Lakeview B dropping a little bit off the pace. Central A, Lakeview A, Central B, Lakeview B, Central C, then Central D. Central A pulling a little bit of a gap over Lakeview A. Central B coming in close behind. Lakeview B in 4th, Central C in 5th. 0.3 of a second between Lakeview B and Central C. Central A continues pulling a gap. Lakeview B's in 2nd, about 2 seconds behind Central A. Central B just a few seconds, 3 seconds behind Lakeview A. Central C overtakes Lakeview B. Coming in on the anchor, Central A takes 1st, Lakeview A in 2nd, Central B in 3rd. Central C overtakes Lakeview B for 4th, and Central D coming home in 6th. Next up, the 100-yard backstroke. Waiting on a scoreboard update so I can give you swimmers. Guess we're going with, oh, there we go. Lane 1, Matthew Shenery for Central. Taryn Hart in lane 2 for Lakeview. Aiden Stolsky, lane 3 for Central. Major Berman for Lakeview in lane 4. Ryan Green for Central, lane 5. Jack Darlin, lane 6 for Battle Creek Lakeview. William Wu in lane 7 for Central. Looks to be Ryan Green leading the... No, I was wrong. Have Major leading the field, followed by Jack Darlin, Ryan Green 3rd, Aiden Solsky 4th, William Wu in 5th. Battle Creek Lakeview take the 1-2. Major 1st, Jack 2nd, Ryan Green rounding off the podium in 3rd, Aiden Stolsky in 4th, William Wu in 5th. Neck and neck for 6th place. And Matthew Shenery takes Taryn Hart by 0.04 of a second. 100-yard breaststroke up next. Waiting on a scoreboard update for names. So, in lane 1 for Central, Charlie Mayfield, Henry Harristy for Lakeview in lane 2, Evan Cordini for Central, lane 3, Brandon Mettizer for Lakeview, lane 4, Justin Chen, lane 5, Lavelle Marshall, lane 6 for Lakeview, Adam Sagan rounding it out for Central in lane 7. Justin Chen in lane 5, taking an early lead for Central. Evan Cordini looks to be in second, but neck and neck with Brandon. Justin Chen first, Brandon in second. Evan Cordini half a second off in third. Lavelle fourth, Adam fifth, Henry sixth, Charlie seventh. Justin starts off on his final 25. Looks like Evan's taking a tiny lead through the second 50. Justin Chen takes it home first. Evan Cordini in second, making it a Central 1-2. Brandon Mettizer in lane 3. Lavelle Marshall taking fourth. Adam Sagan in fifth. Henry in sixth. Charlie coming home in seventh. Justin winning that with a 101.45. And on to the last event of the night, the 400-yard relay. In lane 2, we have Central D, Central B in lane 3, Battle Creek A in lane 4, Central A lane 5, Lakeview B lane 6, Central C lane 7. Top 3, tight at the turn. Looks like Lakeview A in lane 4 might have the tiniest edge. Lakeview A takes it by just under half a second to Central A. Central B in third. Central C in fourth. Lakeview B in fifth. Central D in sixth. Lakeview A pulling about half a swimmer's length over Central A. Central B right behind A in second. Central C taking in fourth. Lakeview B in fifth. Central B falling a little bit behind on the second swimmer, but Central A taking the lead decisively. Over a body length on Lakeview A. Central B coming in trying to take second place. Lakeview B takes fourth from Central C. Central A pulling a nice gap over Lakeview A. Lakeview A in second, Central B in third. Lakeview B here in fourth, Central C in fifth. Central A pulling more and more of a gap. Central B with Ryan Green fighting to take second and make it a Central 1-2. Neck and neck between Lakeview B and Central C for fourth and fifth. Next swimmer for Central A in the water, pulling even more of a gap ahead of Lakeview A. Lakeview A still in second, about 2 seconds ahead of Central B. Central C pulling ahead of Lakeview B. Lakeview A holding a gap over Central B. Here comes Central A in for the win with a time of 3:30.7. Lakeview A taking home second. Central B rounding off the podium in third. Central C over in lane 7, holding their gap over Lakeview B with Central D in 6th. So officially, Central C takes 4th, Lakeview B in 5th, and Central D in 6th. So thank you all for watching tonight's meet. I will try to be back in a few moments with the scores for tonight. And scores for tonight, Battle Creek Lakeview 65 and Portage Central winning their last home meet of the year 120. Thank you all for watching tonight, and have a good evening.